G'day everybody, Chris here, Indoors Outdoors with Edgy. Now I thought I would do a small video on a garden update and my chilies and what else I got growing in the garden since I've been transforming it sort of into a more productive garden rather than just having massive trees everywhere. I've got something that I can work on and grow and see what we can get out of it. So let's have a look at this front garden. This is my front, that's my front door, and this is my front area. So there's the driveway, cars parked here, got 3 here and Nissan down the back. Because we use the garage, we've got a home gym and a creative space and storage and all that. So we don't use the garage for the cars. It'd be nice to put up a carport out here, which we probably will in due course. Okay, so down in this garden, I've got a lot of aloe vera because I've got heaps of aloe vera. Use that in my drinks, and if I get sunburnt or any cuts and whatever. We've got the mandarin tree. She goes all year. We get mandarins off it, but they're really dry. And I don't know, it doesn't matter how much I try and water this garden. She just, oh, they always seem dry. This is a Fuji apple. I got that when it was a small 30cm seedling. It's been in here ever since we've been here, and you do get good apples off that tree. They are very, very nice and crunchy. And this is a damson plum. Now I've cut them all back for the winter except the mandarin, because there's bloody mandarins all the way up the top here, so I'm not going to chop that at all. And yeah, we'll see the plums. Never had any plums because the possums get them. But seeing as I've been trapping the possums and relocating them, seems to be working better. And this 2 roses, this is the red Mr. Lincoln, and this one here is the blue moon. Alright, coming over to this side now. I had a massive Chinese elm here, huge, pretty much covered the roof, covered over to there and dropped on the ground. It was that big. We got rid of that, we chopped that out a few years back, and now I'm trying to, obviously I've got my chilies. So we've got bird's eye chilies, which is what I've grown from seed. These ones are bird's eyes as well, so I've just planted them all in here. This one here it's a Naga Jalokia yellow. Now it says 14 out of 10, but that red cap chili said 14 out of 10 too, but they're not hot at all. But have a look at this, guys. I've got some good fruit growing on this one. This is the first time I've had fruit on it. So she's taken a while, but there's obviously lots of little seedlings starting to come up. Lots of little flowers. This one here is a African bird's eye. This one here is a cayenne. These smaller ones are the ebony fire, which are, they're nice. They're a nice flavour chili. They're not really hot. They're not too hot, so you could eat heaps of them. Here's my favourite chili, habanero. They're hot. They've got a bit of a kick to them, so you've got to be really careful. So I'm actually at the moment trying to start some more habaneros, and I'll grow them in the greenhouse. And there's another small ebony fire. These 2 are capsicum, and I'm just going to grow them where they are. I've got this here because I made it, but the passion fruit grew over there. That's the passion fruit vine there, and it grew up this wall. So got a lot more aloe vera here, and a lot more aloe vera there. And then we've got the fig tree, which the birds have been attacking, but there are figs here that can be eaten. Here we go. Look at that. There's a nice fig. All you need to do with these ones, you don't have to wait till they go brown. So there must be a different brand. So all you do, oh yeah, that's nice and pretty sweet. So yeah, that's a fig tree, and I've been keeping it quite small. So when all the leaves fall off this one, I'll chop it back again to a nice round shape, and keep it for the next spring. And then we've got a little rhubarb plant in there with more aloe vera, and that front one's just a native fill-in tree for that little gap at the front next to the fence. So yeah, so pretty much this garden's full of what I'm going to have in here at the moment, which is chilies and more chilies. But that one here I'm going to have a look at, and I'll see how hot it is. When I do take the fruit off, I'll make a video and tell you how hot it is. Rightio, so we are walking up the back, and I've got a nice pot here. I've actually sowed silver beet in here. Two rows of silver beet, but nothing's actually sprouted at the moment. I wonder, nah. And I've had lettuce here, which I've been eating a lot of. That's a basil, which I actually cloned. I cut a few off the older basil tree that my mate Paul gave me, and I chucked them in there, and now they're growing again. So that was good that the clones worked, doing the cloning. Righto, so here's the side garden. Now, this one here is the big avocado tree. Probably showed you that before. Cut the rose bush back. I bought this avocado tree. It's a Jala, giant avocado. So apparently these things, and it was $70. Apparently these things can grow to about 1 kilo in size, like double the size of a Hass. So that's a Hass. That's a type A. Apparently this is a type B. So we'll see how we go there. And I do have a couple of orchids that I got from a friend. Thank you, Lynn. And then there's some more aloe vera. Now I've got 3 more bird's eyes in the ground here. I really didn't have anywhere to plant them because I had so many seedlings started. They all sprouted, so I just chucked them anywhere. Over this side, we had a nice big tree here. So big, it was way up as high as that aerial, and the branches were hitting it. So I've had to minimise that, but that's growing good now, so that'll just grow bushy and hopefully just go above the fence line just here, and then I'll just keep trimming it back, make it nice bushy tree. Here's another avocado cutting that I took from the Hass avocado, and I've just planted it here. I put some cloning powder on and I don't know what it's doing, because it's been in there for a week, probably about 2 weeks now, maybe even 3. It hasn't died, but I don't know if they'll just sit there forever and not grow. So yeah, I don't really know whether that one's going to take off. If it doesn't, I do have a grow tent in the garage, which we'll get to after, and I've got an avocado in there which is probably about 2 foot tall, no, maybe a foot tall. Alright, there's dahlias there. Comes through is a ping pong table, which we never use, hardly ever. Alright, let's go out the back. Okay, so I've got another fig tree here, which I don't know where that came from. I don't even know how it grew in a pot. One of my pots started growing, and I'm like, how'd that get in there? But anyway, I transplanted it in there about, I don't know, 12 months ago, and it hasn't died yet. So we'll see. Okay, so come out to the garden. There's the lemon tree, obviously. And here's, like I said, this garden from sort of here all the way was just trees. You couldn't even see that shed. Couldn't see it because of all the trees. I don't know why they wanted just a big massive blocking thing happening, but that's what they had initially. So I've got aloe vera here and here, all my aloe vera. I use this a lot. I make up these protein drinks and all that. So this is an area probably going to be used for cucumber. I've planted some broccoli just here, but I'll have to wait for the cucumber. Got a lot of ash. Put a lot of ash from a fire that I had about a week ago. Put a lot of ash through the ground. We got the spring onions. Another avocado. This is a Hass. It hasn't done anything. It hasn't really done anything, which I'm not sure. Like, it hasn't grown up. It's just stopped and got that shape. But there's another Hass avocado as well, which I've had to chop a fair bit back on that, just so that it doesn't just go straight up. I'm trying to get a good canopy on it, but it doesn't seem to be working that well. Now I've got a blackberry here. This came up from nowhere, and this is just eggshell on it. And I know people are probably going to say, oh, blackberry, what the hell are you going to have one of them for? But don't worry, I will keep it under control, and I'll only keep it sort of in this area here, and I'll just keep trimming it. I want to keep it small, but see if we can get some fruit off it. Another bird's eye chilies. So we've got 1, 2, 3. They're the bird's eyes. Geez, I don't even know what this big one is. What the heck is this one again? Let me see. Oh, I'm having heaps of trouble with grass too. Doesn't stop growing. Now I know I've got a tag on it somewhere. Shit. Let me see if I can find a tag. If I haven't got a tag on it, then I'm going to assume it's a bird's eye chili. I'm assuming it's a bird's eye chili. It's got to be. Yeah, because everything I put in here without a tag, because this one's got a tag. So you'll see, this one's a Trinidad scorpion. And this is the one that actually got blown over. So this is a Trinidad 7 pod Primo by 7 pod. I don't know what that means, but... And the chilies, basically, they look like a scorpion's tail at the end there. That's why they call them Trinidad scorpion. And they are hot. They are hot as hell. So you see how there's a big space here? That's where it snapped. This one was bigger than this one. And you have a look at it now, how big that is and how big that is. Snapped off. And the amount of flowers that were on it, huge. So I lost a great deal of fruit off this tree. Wind. And then you've got, I think, another bird's eye over here. Geez, they're growing well. They are growing good. The bird's eye. So then I've got a Washington orange. You got some silver beet that just came up. I probably threw a few seeds in. Washington orange, and that's a pear. That's a pear tree. I just grew it from a pear seed that I had when I was eating a pear. Just ripped the seed out, chucked it in a pot. These are all spring onions again. Here's the zucchini plant. Still getting a fair few zucchinis off this one. They are starting to die out, but it's going good. And here's a kiwi fruit. Nice kiwi fruit. Actually, it hasn't done well. It really hasn't done well at the moment, so I don't know what's going on with that. Might need to research it a bit more and see if it needs any fertiliser. Now I have beetroot, which they're almost ready to pick. I reckon give them another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they'll be done. You come in and you have a look. You can see, I'll try. You can see the root there, the beetroot underneath the ground. So she's almost ready, I reckon. And that they're all similar sizing. Then over in the corner, I will plant some more stuff around in here. I'm waiting for this pumpkin to die off a bit more. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 butternut pumpkins ready to go. But there is a little Jap pumpkin growing there. That's Jap, I think. By the look of that shape, mate, it could be butternut. It might be butternut actually, the way they start. So you got that, and then this is just sweet basil and another little tomato. I thought I'd just leave the tomato coming. Leave the tomato up. It's the cherry tomatoes, you always eat them. And then I've got garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 garlic. We'll see how they go. Right, now we have the old greenhouse that I built. You beauty, look at it. I had to buy a little insect thing because the insects were getting a bit out of control when it was warmer. Alrighty, so start off with, we've got a rosemary. So I'm trying to get that growing. More ebony fires in here. I don't know if I should. I probably will repot these in the back garden somewhere, even just here. Maybe just in front of these, or even just on the side here, one over there and one over there. Just have 2 chilies outside because they're not doing much in the pot at the moment. I mean, they're getting chilies off them, but they don't look as healthy as what they could be. You know, you're getting things like this going on, just falling off, and not sure what's going on there. Chilies are a bit weird sized. Remember, I did a video a little while ago on planting potatoes, and I cut 2 potatoes into 4, and well, these are the potatoes. These are the actual. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, should have got about 8 in that one. Don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we're just keeping an eye on them. They're growing quite well. As you can see, they're pretty tall. So that's the red potato that I cut and planted. I think it was about the 1st of March. I'm sure it was the 1st of March. So yeah, taken a while, but they're growing. And then I've got the ginger as well. So look at that ginger. I've only got one sprout coming out of that. I don't know what's going on there with that ginger, whether the timing's not right, but it is in the greenhouse all day and all night, so it's kept pretty warm. That's the temperature at the moment, but I've had the door open all day. Tomatoes, more tomatoes there. And these 2 are big tomatoes, so they're going to be like big tomatoes. I got them off a friend, Bob Davies. I got some of the seeds out of those tomatoes he gave me, and they're coming good. I got coriander, finally getting some coriander growing. Trying some avocado, and I've got some habanero seeds in here again, and more coriander. So I've been throwing coriander seeds in and nothing's been happening, and then all of a sudden it'll end up, they pop up, and you forgot that you put them in, type of thing. They pop up a month later or 2 months later even. But yeah, they're growing, they come up, and the greenhouse is doing a good job. I think I've got an avocado seed in there, more aloe vera down here. That's looking well and going good. So yeah, that's the greenhouse. That's the greenhouse at the moment. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do a video when the potatoes are ready. I don't even know when they're supposed to be ready. They're starting to flower. I assume I'll wait until they flower and then start dying a bit and then dig the potatoes out. Alright, let's check the other chili plants. Lemons are looking good, but they're not going real good. I mean, they're not producing as much as they did last year. So again, more aloe vera. Then you've got the red cap chili, which are still getting a fair few off that. Have a look at this one, the Carolina Reaper. That's what that one is. Carolina Reaper. So we're going to see that, how hot that is soon, but it's only got 2. But yeah, there's a few flowers coming on it. So hopefully we'll get more of that. This one here, I think, is Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea. Don't know what that is, but is there any on here? No, there's just flowers at the moment, but again, it's coming into winter soon, next month's winter. So the bush looks alright. So you've got the Carolina Reaper, red cap, Butch Tea, Trinidad Scorpion. Then you've got cayenne, that's a cayenne, that's a cayenne, and this one's a bird's eye. Oh, look at that, birds chomping on that thing. So these are the chilies out the back. So again, coming into winter, so next month is the start of winter. 1st of June is the start of winter in here in Australia. Oh, look at that. Got a little mushroom growing in the grass. So yeah, it's been a bit wet. And actually, guys, I actually got my gumboots on. First time I've had to wear them, because because the grass is all wet and I'm sick of coming out here in my thongs. Yeah, so this is pretty much transformed. I really should have done a video of the garden how it was before and just gone, this is what it looked like, and just taken a big panoramic shot of it to what it is now, because it's totally different. But I'm really happy the fact that I can grow chilies, lots of chilies, and actually have fresh chilies in my food. I can grow zucchini, pumpkin, garlic, you know, tomatoes. Like, everything's going pretty good in regards to productivity compared to how it used to be, where you just couldn't even access the bloody garden because of the trees in it. Anyway, so we'll go and have a look at the grow tent. I'll show you that. But before we have a look at what's in the grow tent, let's have a look at the avocado tree. So basically, this tree I grew from seed about 2016. I had it in the pot. When we moved to this house, I put it in the ground right here, so it's 10 years old. Now, previously it was up about that high, up about there, but I have trimmed it. Now I don't know if I should have trimmed it, but if you can see up here, you can see where the stump is, just at the top there. I've trimmed it because I want the canopy to go more lateral rather than vertically straight up. So any starters that come out of the top of the tree from this point on, I'm going to try and bend them over and train them down if I can to go sideways rather than up. I know the avocados like to go straight up, but how many avocados do I get off this tree? Well, stuff all at the moment. It's I've had one avocado in the last 2 years, I think, and now I've got one here. There's one. I get a lot of flowers, but I don't get much avocado. There's one, and I think there's another one over this side that actually stuck. Yeah, there it is. Let's come in here. So there it is there. Nice little avocado. Growing happily. Now I don't know if cutting that top off is gonna stress the plant out too much, but I'm just hoping, because I don't want it to grow 5 meters tall, because otherwise you're going to get avocados so far up the tree I'm not going to be able to reach them. So here I can see little flower point starts, which hopefully they'll all get on these lower branches. I get a lot of flowers at the moment off this one, but not many stick, so I don't know if that's a pollination thing. Anyway, let's go down and have a look at this grow tent, see what I've got in there. Rightio, so let's come down to the garage. Here's a side garage door. Let's open her up. Oh, I've left the lights on, that's all right. So here's the gym. We've got nice good home gym, cross trainer, Concept 2 rower, assault bike, gym equipment, dumbbells, all that sort of good gear. Very handy when COVID hit. We built it. Alright, so basically there's the grow tent. Now it's powered up. It's got a display here, so you can look at high temps, low temps, and then you can have the filter come on and just put the air through. Puts the air out the side here. I sort of aimed it out here so that it's got this roller door it can go through. So we've got a little viewing panel in there, so you can open it up and have a look. At the moment, you might need to water that tray. It's actually Spider Farmer. Great tent, and you got to power it all up, set it all up inside. I'll show you the inside. Undo the zipper, and basically you've got the light, and it hangs up the top here, and you've got a filter that goes out the top. I've put mine on the inside, I don't know how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I thought of doing it. And then you got the fan, oscillates side to side, just blows a bit of air around. So basically I've got an avocado, and I've got something else starting to grow, I don't know what that is. Avocado in a pot. I've got the 2 big tomato plants that I got off my friend Bob Davies. I've got them growing in here as well. And in there is beetroot. But I've had nothing, I've got a seed in each tray, and I've had nothing pop up. So there you go. So the lights are on, they're on for 12 hours, 12 on, 12 off. I'll just sort of do the normal daylight hours, sort of 12 and 12. Probably now it's probably more 14 hours a night, 10 hours a day. So yeah, that's the grow tent, and that's Spider Farmer. And they provide a lot of this stuff. They provide a lot of other, equipment, you know, growing equipment and all that sort of stuff. So you can sort of, I usually start things in there and then I'll put them in the ground, but I don't really want to start too much and then run out of garden space out in the open. But I'll probably keep those tomatoes in there and just see. I've got 2 out in the greenhouse and 2 here. So what I'll do is I'll see which one grows the best. So also, I'm going to try and get a couple of these pumpkins off as well, because my lovely wife is going to make some pumpkin soup. So we have 1, 2 bigger ones, 3, 4 over there. I did actually get those ebony fire chilies out of the greenhouse and chuck them in the ground, because I just didn't like the look of them. They weren't doing very well. I've cut those off, but they felt like maybe the roots weren't very good. So we'll pull this one off. I don't even know how to pull that off. Oh yeah, just break it off. Break this one off. No good. We'll snap that. There we go. And then we've got 2 pumpkins ready to rock and roll for some pumpkin soup. Alright guys, so the last 2 zucchinis I got off the zucchini plant. Here's one. And you're thinking, oh, that's not really big. Just in relation to size, there's a packet of biscuit things. And then here's the other one. That's pretty damn big. That's huge. Don't know, eat that, Jesus. So yeah, getting some pretty big ones. I think you've got to cut them off at the length you want, obviously. Too big and becomes uneatable. Anyway guys, thanks for watching Indoors Outdoors with Edgy. Bit of a different, I haven't been doing any detecting the last couple of months. I've been busy with stuff at home. Also got a new job, so that's working out quite well at the moment for me, just finding my feet. So haven't had the time to get to the locations to do the detecting or the ghost hunting, but that will be coming very soon. Anyway guys, until the next video, everyone stay safe.